A lot of the time, the more collaborations there are, the higher up on the scale towards mainstream you can get. That's the hope of the scale. It's like it's one person at the bottom of the scale with no money that just is using mindset to create the value, as opposed to even a dollar. Like that's what the scale incorporates everything and everybody. Like at the low end of the scale, top end is mainstream. That's the top. That's like Justin Bieber. So products, causes, and entertainment, slash music, uh, type entrepreneurship videos that help to um, express those collaborations. Like it translates from the film studio production world, film studio uh, business model to this model with not just startups but changing existing businesses or new businesses, which also is representative of existing businesses and or people that just have an interest to get started. If the interest is there, this scale and model works across the board, basically through collaborations. If you're just using yourself for the product, for the entertainment, just for the product, just you for the cause, you're all three, the collaboration value is going to be super on the low end of the scale, and it's going to be hard to monetize that into, I don't know, a number of, any number of dollars from a bank, because a bank is looking at the collaborations, the partnerships. That's why when those increase in value and scale and size and reference, you can go up the ladder and scale towards the mainstream, towards the max that market is able to develop, or the status, so to speak. So hopefully the model works across the board, and the point is to try to leverage all resources, and the more collaboration, the better. Which is also the better for the causes when the causes are the back end of the interest and necessity for productions in general. And in this sense, when I'm talking about the film and movie industry model or whatever to connect to businesses, we're talking about marketing, just telling the story of these businesses in the process, whether it's over and over, recurring and trying to grow a business over a long period of time, or to sell something once, like a house once, or to sell a business once. It's just going to happen once and it's done. But most of the time with businesses, it's an ongoing, recurring selling process. So consistent content is necessary, and therefore you can keep recycling what's new and what's news within the company and the ecosystem by referencing causes at the back end of the inspiration and incentive of the company, and continue to reference that with the collaborations within the company and the causes and the people, the dynamics, to continue to recycle that news if it is a continually growing organization, to try to grow over time and continue to recycle that story with new things that are happening by documenting instead of creating this production content, using it as marketing, and continuing to grow businesses and hopefully scale them as well up the ladder of towards the mainstream type of deal. Thanks again. Peace. And the businesses are all intended to turn into franchises. So start the businesses, and then they not only turn into products, but causes, supporting causes, and then they're also franchises because they can be franchised out once they're sort of scalified, so to speak, and appified. Cool. Thanks, peace. Good day. This is the hopeful unlock to business. Taking a production film model and they made productions and put them on TV and it was distributed. Taking that same idea, they would leverage celebrities to get fundraising because they had a market value. In this new age day, how you can use the same model to make money, and businesses across the scale and board of life, business or spectrum of businesses, is to do the same thing as the film industry in basically from the mainstream to the low end. Pretty much you can do the same thing leveraging trade lines as opposed to celebrities like in the film model. So the trade lines with partners that manufacture, depending on the business size, is similar to the film's budget size. And once you get the budget, You make the movie, which is the production for the production line, basically, of any business, and it's low end to to mainstream. This can fit for that, basically. So hopefully that's an interesting rundown of basically just trying to scale and reproduce businesses and try to start at any level of the scale to gain experience in just running or starting your own business on the sidelines or as a side hustle, so to speak, to hopefully maybe grow to a main one. All right, thanks again. Peace.